We live in a world filled with motion. Our days are often governed by a steady rhythm of notifications, updates, appointments. Calendars are filled from morning until evening. Screens glow with endless streams of information, each one demanding a small piece of our attention. This constant activity creates a hum, a background noise that signifies purpose and engagement. It feels like we are moving forward, making our way through a long list of duties and responsibilities. Each alert, each email, each meeting is a step along a path. We are busy, and busyness has become a synonym for progress. This documentary is an observation of that motion. It does not seek to judge or to offer solutions. Instead, it aims to look closely at the patterns of modern activity. We will examine the daily rituals that fill our time. Consider the simple act of checking a notification, a small vibration, a brief flash of light. It pulls our focus for a moment, and then it is gone, but another soon follows. This gentle, persistent flow of small events shapes our perception of the day. It provides a sense of accomplishment, a feeling that we are actively participating in the world around us. The tools we use are designed for this constant engagement. Interfaces refresh with new content. Inboxes fill up as quickly as they are cleared. Team chat applications show a perpetual stream of conversation, questions, links. To keep up is to be productive. To fall behind is to risk being left out. The architecture of our work and social lives encourages this continuous movement. It is a system built on the assumption that more activity is always better. The more we do, the more we feel we have achieved. This is the illusion we have come to accept as reality. Our inquiry begins here with this simple observation. Motion is everywhere. It defines our schedules and directs our focus. But what does this motion produce? Does it lead to tangible change, or does it simply sustain itself? We will explore this question not with grand theories, but with quiet attention to the small details of daily life. We will look at the checklists, status meetings, endless cycles of communication. This is a calm examination of what it means to be busy, and whether being busy truly means we are going anywhere at all. The feeling of being busy provides a unique kind of psychological comfort. A primary source of this comfort is the act of checking tasks off a list. The checklist, whether on paper or in a digital application, is a simple but powerful tool. It transforms a nebulous stream of demands into discrete, manageable items. Each item is a small promise of future accomplishment. Writing the list is itself a calming ritual. It imposes order on chaos, giving a clear path through the day. The list is a map for motion, assuring us that our activity has a destination. When a task is completed, we perform the small ceremony of marking it done. A line is drawn through the text, a box is ticked, an item is swiped away. This gesture is deeply satisfying, a moment of closure and progress. Busyness is not just a private feeling, it is also a public performance. The quiet, focused work that happens in solitude can often go unnoticed. Therefore, we have developed rituals to make our efforts seen by others. The daily stand-up meeting is a prime example. Team members gather to announce what they worked on yesterday, what they will work on today, and what obstacles they face. This is a performance of productivity. It is a way of saying, I am active, I am engaged, I am contributing to the collective motion. It creates an incentive to engage in activities that are easily described and reported. Participating actively in chat channels, making small, frequent updates to a shared document. They create a digital trail of effort. This trail can be seen by managers and colleagues, serving as a proxy for progress. The focus shifts from producing a valuable outcome to producing the visible signs of work. It reassures us that our contributions are being recognized. The danger is when this performance becomes an end in itself. When the appearance of progress is valued more than actual progress, the system begins to reward motion over substance. The day concludes as it began, with a series of small closing actions. The final email is sent, the last browser tab is closed, and the computer is put to sleep. The flurry of motion that defined the preceding hours subsides into a quiet stillness. It is in this pause that a different kind of awareness can emerge. We look back on the day, recalling the sequence of meetings, the stream of messages, and the items checked off the list. The feeling of effort is undeniable. We were certainly busy. Yet, a quiet question may surface. What is left now that the motion has stopped? What tangible thing exists in the world that did not exist this morning? Often the answer is nothing. The day ends without a single new artifact. A key characteristic of this perpetual motion is that many of our actions are easily reversible. A significant amount of effort can be dedicated to achieving the satisfying state of inbox zero. However, this state is fragile and temporary. By the next morning, the inbox will have refilled. The action of clearing the inbox did not create an irreversible change. It merely reset a system designed to be in constant flux. This cycle of reversible actions creates a sensation of running on a treadmill. The effort is real, yet our position in the room remains unchanged. We end the workout in the exact same spot we started. The work lacks finality. There is no final version, only the latest one. The day's work leaves no trace, no permanent marker to signify that we were here and we changed something. The consequences of this constant motion without creation are not dramatic or immediate. They accumulate slowly, almost imperceptibly, like a fine layer of dust settling over everything. Opportunities are missed. The time spent in a circular discussion is time not spent designing a new product. Beyond the tangible resources, there is a more personal cost, a quiet but persistent fatigue. It is the exhaustion that comes not from hard work, but from pointless work. The system becomes optimized for motion, actively selecting against the conditions required for creation. This is the quiet crisis of modern work. To be constantly in motion, yet to feel deep down that we are going absolutely nowhere. True progress, when observed closely, is not a smooth, continuous flow of motion. It is better understood as a series of discontinuous events, distinct changes in state. The day the foundation is certified as complete is a state change. The day the final beam is placed, another state change. These are not just points in a process. They are new realities. A change in state means the system has fundamentally shifted. It cannot easily go back to how it was before. A scientific theory experimentally validated establishes a new foundation for knowledge. A product successfully launched and adopted by users creates a new market condition. These moments are often separated by long periods of quiet, unseen effort. If progress is a sequence of state changes, the most effective way to achieve it is not through a flurry of activity, but through fewer, more deliberate actions. This requires clarity of thought and the courage to ignore the siren song of trivial busyness that surrounds us. The performance of visibility would be replaced by a quiet, shared focus. The actions taken would be fewer, but each one would be directly aimed at moving the code from a state of in progress to a state of done. A single engineer who solves a critical bug has made a greater contribution than a colleague who attended 10 meetings. It involves protecting one's time and attention as the most valuable resources for creating change. When our actions are directly linked to a meaningful outcome, the work is no longer just about being busy. It becomes about making something new exist. To escape the trap of mistaking motion for progress, we must fundamentally shift what we value. An artifact is the undeniable proof that a change has occurred. The finished book on the shelf, the completed building that provides shelter, these are the things that endure. This means celebrating the completion of things, not just the initiation of them. It would honor the quiet diligence required to bring something from a mere idea into a concrete reality. It encourages us to ask, at the end of each day, not, "Was I busy?" but "What have I built?" This is the real reward. A deeper, more lasting satisfaction than the fleeting pleasure of a cleared inbox. Our inquiry has led us to a simple, quiet conclusion. We have seen how full calendars and busy screens create a powerful illusion of forward movement. Progress is not motion, but a change in state. It is not found in the endless process of doing, but in the discontinuous, irreversible act of creation. These are the markers of true advancement. The most meaningful question we might ask is not, "Was I busy?" Instead, we might quietly ask ourselves, "What new thing exists now because of my time here?" Between filling our time with motion and creating something that endures long after the motion has ceased, the world is changed not by our busyness, but by what we build.